All right, everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today, I'm doing something a little bit different. I've done it before. Today, I have one of my students here with me, Ariana Luckett. And the reason I'm talking with Ariana is because she just joined the increasingly growing group of students that I have booked jobs before they even finished going through my course. So, Ariana, congratulations and welcome to the channel for the first time. So for people that are watching, most people that are watching this, they're brand new in voiceover. They don't know what to do or how to get started. So can you tell us a bit about your journey and what it was like what got you into voiceover, what you tried when you first started doing it, that kind of thing?
Sure. So I was a software engineer, and like many people, there was a lot of layoffs and things for the past 2 years. So I unfortunately was laid off, and I spent the last year looking for work, and it was not working. So I decided, okay, I need to open up what I want to do for work. And one of the crazier ideas that I've been seeing around the internet was voiceover. And I didn't think that I could do it. And so I just kind of would check in here and there about voiceover all last year. But then this year, I happened to come across your YouTube channel. And for whatever reason, not for whatever reason, because obviously you're awesome. You guys will know if you join this course, but you
Thanks.
convinced me.
Thanks for the
Little plug, there you
shameless plug.
go. But no, it is true because you convinced me that not only can I actually do voiceover, it is for everyone. And there are more jobs out there for everyone. So listening to that and saying, you know what, I don't have anything else right now. I might as well do this in my spare time. I decided to take the leap. So I'm like, this guy seems legit. He seems like not only does he have a course, but he gives you access. And that to me was the most important thing to me. It's someone who cares about their community, who really wants to help, and who will answer questions if I have them. So I'm just like, I'll sign up for this, sure. Signed up, and it has been going really well. I'm actually very proud of myself and you.
Thanks. Yeah, that is. Congratulations. So when we first met, you kind of had a bit of a start. Like you were going, how did you learn to do all the other stuff before you started working with me? Just from watching videos and stuff, or how did you get a setup going and everything?
Yeah. No, it was a combination of your videos. There's a lot of information out there,
Mhm.
especially to get started. And yours helped me a lot. Again, it was realizing that once I could do it and that the barrier to entry wasn't as crazy as I thought, I was like, okay. So I watched your videos. I watched a couple other people's just to see if everyone's saying the same thing. You guys were. You're like, just go into your closet. It's a great booth. And I'm like, I have a closet. Great. And I started to get set up.
Great, perfect. So, what was the timeline like from when you decided you were going to try voiceover to actually getting a setup and working out of your closet, and then deciding to take some classes?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I was checking in with voiceover for the past year,
Uh-huh.
but once I found you, it happened very quickly. So within a week, I was like, should I? Shouldn't I? And then I decided to take the leap. And once I did, like within what, 2, 3 weeks, I had everything. I was learning all about how to edit, how to do my auditions and things like that. And I believe it was the third or fourth week I got my first job.
Yeah, you went for it. It's so funny because you were like everybody is when they first get started in voiceover. Before you get that first job, you were kind of disheartened a bit. You were like, "Oh, is this ever gonna happen? Like, come on!"
Mhm.
You're like, "Oh, I got a short list, and these people were more. You got more and more short list. Then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, you were like, I got a job, and then you got another job, and then another
Exactly.
job."
It's just really cool because like I thought, it would be really hard to get the short list. I was like, well, I'm gonna have to do a bunch of auditions and I'm not gonna get short lists at the beginning. But within I think the first like 20 or 30 auditions, I got my first short list. But I was in short list after short list after short list for a while.
Short list
And
hell.
yeah, short I was gonna say it, but I was like, I don't know if I should cuss or not. But yeah, I was in short list hell for a good minute. I think I was at like 10 shortlists, and I'm just like, what do I have to do differently? But honestly, obviously with the help of you, realizing that sometimes it's just not about you, it's about the direction that they want to take. And so really it's all about keeping your head down and doing the work, doing your auditions every single day. So I just kept going. And luckily, with the community that I'm a part of as well, you can kind of share your frustration, share your fears, and let other people know what's going on. And they were just like, no, just keep going. You have talent, you can do it. And I'm like, okay, I believe you guys. And I did. I stuck with it. And I think it did take 135 auditions to get my first job.
Better than
And
me.
then, yeah. And then the next one after that was 40 after that. And then I got it like the next week for my third job.
Nice, nice, brilliant. So, just so you know I've told you this before, but just so everybody can hear that's watching when they're new, if you get a shortlist for your job, like you've like for an audition, you've done your job. That means they were thinking about you, like picking you. You did a good enough audition that it could have been you. And then it's
Mhm.
just kind of like a crapshoot between you and 10 other people that are probably really good too.
Yeah.
So like if you're getting shortlist after shortlist, that's a really good sign that you know what you're doing, that you're progressing along, and that's all you can ask for. Because other than that, when they pick someone, they could have gone with a male voiceover artist. You know what I mean? It could have been something completely out of your control. You never know. So if you're getting those short lists and you're getting more and more, that's a really good sign that you're improving. And even just doing that many auditions, doing them over and over and over, you're getting better, a little bit better each time. So
Exactly.
when you did the job, when you did, well, let's actually go to your first directed session. Was that your first job or was that your second job, the directed
That
session?
was
That
my
was
second.
your second job. So
Mhm.
having done a job before that was self-recorded, and then you went to go do a directed session, like how nerve-wracking was that to do that for the first time?
It was really nerve-wracking. Well, I'll say this because I'm finding that the character jobs are not easier for me to get, but they're easy for me to do. So the
Mhm.
first job I did was a character job where all I had to do was scream and act scared. And for whatever reason, that came easy to me. And I was like, Great, I can do
Yep.
this." And then, and then the live director session was a little bit scarier because it was like a big campaign, anti-smoking. And so you really had to try to be earnest. And loud as well because you are trying
Mhm.
to catch people's attention. So I'm in the booth at a real studio working with an engineer. I have the client on the line and they're directing me. And I wouldn't say it was terrifying. And here's why it's not terrifying. And I swear, guys, I am not trying to plug this all the time. But when you have access to Jesse, like you do with the course, I swear, what did I do? I literally was like, oh my God, I just got this job and they want me to do a directed session tomorrow. Help. And he literally jumped on a call with me and walked me through it. What is my day gonna look like? And luckily, it was just down the street. So I drove to the studio. Jesse helped me walk through it. I'm like, okay, I know what to expect. And it was everything that you said it was gonna be, but
Yeah.
it wasn't even that scary. So yeah,
Nice. Great. Thanks. It's starting to seem like this is put on now.
it's true.
No.
It really is true though. Like when I need help, you are always there. And that's just so helpful because a lot of the time when people are looking to get into voiceover, they don't think that they can do it. Right. And then
Yeah.
once they're in it, you're just like, I'm not sure if I'm making the right moves, if I'm making the right choices. And so when you're able to check in with you, check in with the community, people who are going through the exact same thing you're going through, it makes it so much less scary, which eliminates the fear. And that's a big roadblock for people and
Yeah,
me.
for sure. I think fear holds most people back, and it's so funny because most people that quit voiceover, they're so close to booking their first job, they don't even know it, and they just kind of throw in the towel. But when they have like a community of other people who've been through it before, and they're like, "Listen, just keep going. Something's gonna click just one day." It happens at a different time for everybody. Whether it's
Yep.
130 auditions for you to book your first one, or me, it was 250, or I haven't heard of anybody being longer than that, but I'm sure someone's going to take longer, like 300 or 400 auditions, but because everybody's different, and eventually something clicks and you start working, so you've picked it up remarkably quickly. Like this
Thank
is,
you.
I can, everybody that's listening right now, this isn't something where I'm like, everyone's gonna, like, if they work with me, they're all gonna book work right away. It's not the case. Some people have gone through the entire course and have yet to book. It happens different for everyone, but I can say that if you put in all the work and you do everything that I ask you to do and you do it all, your chances of booking will be a lot higher, and it will probably come a lot quicker than if you don't put it all the effort in. That's one thing I could say about you, Ariana, is you you took to it like a fish in water. Like you just did it right away. You did everything and you were just grinding away right from the beginning. And of course you got results as quick as you did. So I'm
And just
excited for you.
thank you. And just for the people listening, like this conversation is happening for me like week 7, just about to hit week 8. So we've done it pretty quickly for sure.
Definitely. So what's next for you? Like what are your big hairy goals and dreams for voiceover? What do you want to do?
Whew. Honestly, I mean, the number one goal, especially for anyone, is full time. You know, I want to make sure that this helps me pay my bills. That would be lovely. That's goal number one. But the big goal, I think, is to do character work. I'm absolutely loving it, whether that's through commercial or through like animation or video games, because my first job was in video games. Um, Really, that would be just my bread and butter. I just like performing and being someone else and things like that. So yeah, that's what I would like to get into.
Sweet. Awesome. Well, I'm sure it's going to work for you. Just keep training and working hard, and I'm sure you're going to get everything you want out of the business. So, I think the most difficult challenge you're probably going to run into is whether or not you should take a job outside of voiceover to go with voiceover, because that's kind of like what you're dealing with right now, right? I don't
Exactly.
mean to out you, but yeah.
No, no, it's okay. Like I literally spent all year looking for a position in my field and I could not. First, I couldn't even get an interview. I couldn't get anyone to talk to me. And now this year, now that I finally said I'm going to do voiceover full time, now I've landed a job and I have to decide, do I try to take the stability route? There's still little issues there, or do I just, commit to this full time?
Mhm.
And I can just say it now. I've committed. I'm gonna commit full time. I still have to call them and tell them. But yeah, no. This is fun. This is exciting. I mean, I think I've already told you that I set up my website and I've already gotten a job like audition through my website. Like, and I didn't do anything for that. Like someone just found me looking for a voiceover in Seattle. So as long as you try to like hit every avenue, make sure you're looking for work, I feel like this can work. So
Yeah.
I'm all in.
Yeah, that's brilliant. That reminds me of a quote by this guy Grant Cardone, who's like, some people like him, some people hate him, but he's got this one quote from one of his books, called 10x. Is a quote where he talks about being omnipresent. Everywhere that you can be in voiceover, be there. Whether it's
Yeah.
online casting or with an agent, or if you want to do email marketing. I don't know. Everybody knows that I personally don't like email marketing, but it works for some people. That might be your jam. A website, absolutely, that kind of stuff. But yeah, I think that's definitely the more places you are, the more you're going to get found, and
Mhm.
the easier the job gets. So I don't want to take too much of your time. I know that you've been so generous to come on here and tell everybody your experience so far, and inspire other people that are just getting into voiceover that it can happen. It can happen pretty quickly too if you put in the work. So thank you very much, Ariana. Do you want people to find you on social media at all?
I really am not on social media. It is something that I'm planning on doing. So no, at the moment, you won't be able to find me because I'm
Okay,
not
so
on
there will be
there.
no links on finding Ariana in the description. You got to get a LinkedIn though,
Oh, no, no, no. I
or
definitely have a
voiceover.
LinkedIn, but yeah, my LinkedIn is definitely for software engineering, and that is not. We got to change all of that. So that's the next step.
Okay, cool. All right. Well, thank you very much, Ariana. Thanks everybody for joining us today. I hope you got some insight out of this conversation. And if you're interested in getting into voiceover, check out the links below. There's quite a few different ways to work with me, and just book a call on one of the links below, and we can talk about what could work for you and how I could be helpful. All right, I just totally screwed up the ending there.
You did great. It was great.
I always mess it up. Everything goes so great, and then just the end. All right. Thanks very much, Ariana. All right, everybody.
Thank
Talk to you
you.
later.